likes, super chats, and memberships, and all money earned goes directly back into the channel to allow for more giveaway prizes and perks for our viewers/listeners. The cost of running shows like this can be expensive and timely, but we do it for you. If you can help support the channel, we greatly appreciate it. But if you can't, all we ask is you use your social media to share and support that way. We love you and thank you in advance. But first, let us thank our channel members. We got Saggy Melons, Benson, Resident Justice, Prakash Swain, DC with Extended, DC Talk with Extended, That One Carlos, Caden Reed, Nick Carr, John Rodell, Justin Hines, Billy Robert, Adam Silvestri, Kinky Sphincter, Sean Adame, Nick De Palma, and Roblox Marvel Ultimate. And always remember, guys, be respectful. Well, Britney Spears got naked this past weekend. Kacey Musgrave got naked this weekend. And we have the pictures, for journalistic purposes. Plus, Venom beat Shang Chi at the box office. No one saw that coming. None of us saw that coming. Plus, Ben Affleck says he's having fun playing Batman. And I think it has to do with his relationship status. Wow, we have a lot to talk about. And I'm not joking. We are going to show those pictures. So, folks, grab your Kleenex, grab your lotion, and welcome to Jivin with Jack. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and genders of all ages, here on social media in the United States and the earth, and across the globe. Welcome to episode 39. They've allowed 39 of these of Jiving with Jack, brought to you by Pop Culture Corner. Folks, we have a lot to talk to you about. We have too much to talk to you about. So much, from Venom to The Flash to the Snyderverse to Britney Spears naked to Kacey Musgrave naked. For journalistic purposes, because that's what we're here to do, is inform you. Plus, R. Kelly's partner, who's no longer with him, goes into deep details about what he made her do. Folks, as crazy as you think this story is, it just gets crazier. Plus, Facebook crashed for about 6 hours yesterday, and the world was at peace for 6 hours. But first, let me bring in my co-host, the man who's been missing for 2 weeks, the man with the golden voice, Mr. Austin Lean 316.
Yeah. What is up, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've gotten to stream with you. I got a little sick last week and took the week off, but man, it's good to be back. It's good to be back, and it's good to be here, man. There's lots to talk about, and obviously, there's been a couple new announcements since the last time we talked. Obviously, I'm stepping down, as people now may know, from the Pop Culture Corner team as there we go. Yeah, as it were. I'm still gonna be here doing Jiving with Jack with you. I'm sure I'll force my way onto some panels, even though Ty doesn't want me around anymore. But that's okay. No. He does. But no, so got that happening. I'm gonna be starting my own channel on the 23rd. And man, I'm so excited. It's gonna be like a network. We're gonna have different shows, from sports to music to film and what I do here, and just a lot of stuff is happening, man. I got some other really cool collaborations and different things I'm producing. So it's just an exciting time, man. It's a really exciting time.
It truly is exciting. I think, first of all, I'm glad. Thank you that you're still doing the show with me. Otherwise, it was just me by myself.
Dude, of course.
The way
I couldn't leave you by yourself. I mean, I've seen you by yourself.
I still see you here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but you're working on. So that's really exciting. So I saw last night's show. You had folks. If you missed it, check out yesterday's episode of Lean on Me. If you're new, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Pop Culture Corner. You had a director on, and briefly tell us a little bit about that because I want people to take a look at that. Check that out.
Yeah, man, that was a really cool episode. A little bit of a different episode of Lean on Me than what we've done in the past and stuff. A little more intimate, a little more deep diving into a conversation. I had a local director, Marco Saccharin, who is a local director here in Las Vegas. He's done 7 feature films. He's on his 7th feature film right now.
Wow.
And and he's got a pretty amazing story, man. When I met him a couple years ago, just a really, really awesome, nice guy. And he's got a lot of disabilities from arthritis in his hands to where his hands are crooked, so it's hard for him to hold a camera or be doing things like that. Or he's also bipolar, as I am, and so a lot of different challenges and hurdles and stuff. But he's done a great job. We produced a film together a couple years ago, 3 years ago. I helped him direct it, and so the anniversary of that was October 1st, and we wanted to bring him on and talk about that.
Anniversary.
Yeah, man, it was really cool. It was a lot of fun, and it's definitely if you're into artistic indie cinema as I am, check him out. Check out our film, Amid the Warrior. It's pretty cool. But it was a fun episode. It was a lot of fun, and I highly recommend people go and check out his stuff and see what he's done. I'm big on independent filmmakers, man, because that's what I wanted to do originally. I know Ty would like to make a movie and stuff too, but we're not there yet. We're not big names and stuff. And this guy, he's doing it, and he's doing pretty well. So I think it's pretty awesome what he does.
That's pretty cool. So listen, before we get started, we're definitely going to talk about Venom. We have Flash talk. I know you talked about Ben Affleck, although I'm crediting Jennifer Lopez to all his happiness. You bought something, and I bought something this weekend that I think.
Yeah, and we texted each other about it too. It was right when we bought it. We were like, look what we got,
little
and then we
toys,
went and got our nails done at a salon and got drinks. It was real cute.
It's actually kind of funny. I just taken a shower. To everyone watching, I actually kind of got ready in front of these guys while preparing the show. But my hair, so all I knows what my hair looks like without product in it. It looks like an 8-year-old boy. It just stops right here.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Benson's. I appreciate that, man. As you know, the hemorrhoids really can take you out. I had 25 of them, and so it was a real rough couple of days. But let me tell you, I overcame, and stronger because of it. So thank you. And
our producer Caden filled in on Tuesday, and Ty filled in on Thursday. So
they did great. Great. I was able to watch and tune in and stuff. And look, it's not like the show depends on me or anything like that. No, I'm kidding.
Look at Prakash, Austin, and Jack. Only you got the new display, but he's got to be nice. He's like, oh, Jack, yours is good too. Hey
man, I got your Jivin with Jack here. I want to get your promo with the little hashtag, modern. Right?
Also called an octothorpe. I did not know that. Cool? I did trivia. That's actually called an octothorpe. The pound sign and the hashtag. Yeah, octothorpe.
Okay, please don't cuss at me like that again. I don't like that language. I'm a Christian. But.
Oh, we're going to talk to R. Kelly later. You're going to hear what his girlfriend said. But what did you get? Tell me, what did you buy? Because I want to show mine too. But you go first.
Yeah, you want to show you? Who's going to show theirs? I'll show mine first, and then you'll show yours, and we'll compare sizes. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So right here, I got to make sure all the DVDs don't fall apart as I'm doing it. This is great, right? All right.
Live television, folks. You never know.
What? But look here, I got my Got the dark side. That's right. My multiverse, Zack Snyder's Justice League Dark Side.
What?
in all of his glory, and oh my gosh, he's just beautiful. He's just beautiful. And you know what? The funny thing is like a 12-year-old, because it says 12 plus on here. Like a 12-year-old, I was dying to get home and rip this open and play with it and make videos or something. I really was. I was so excited. I was giddy. And then I just stopped and I looked at it and I was like, it's so beautiful. I don't even want to open this box. And so I think I'm gonna go buy another one and play with that one and keep this.
If I was rich, I would do that. I would buy two of everything, one in the box and one I could
Right. I mean, because you just like in the display in the box, it is just like, oh man, this is the stuff of my wet.
I'd get like a painting or like a poster of like the nightmare sequence or something. I just have that as the background, and
that'd be sick. That would be sick. But yeah, that was my
30,000 by the Catholic Church in France. Yeah, I don't trust those French. Yo, you know what's crazy? Wait, Benson, wow, way to pull the mood down. But I'll tell you this: in Philadelphia, there was a case involving 20 priests, and one of the priests was someone we knew. He was actually like a nice friend of ours. We were shocked. This is not when I was a kid. This was like as an adult. We used to come to our house a lot, and he'd have lunch with us, dinner with us, and it was like, what? Not him.
Wow.
He's defrocked now. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's sad. It's sad, and to that, there's a great film out if you haven't seen it, Spotlight, that talks about what Boston Globe did a report on them a couple years ago on the church.
Look, I'm the first person to say the way they handled that was completely wrong. And I said this the other day. I said, if I go to church right now and I steal a chalice, they're going to call the cops. But when this stuff was happening, like, we'll handle it internally. No, you won't. You call the cops.
Exactly. It's definitely a problem. It's so bad.
And all the people who did leave the church because of it, that's on the church. That's the way I look at it. That's your fault that people felt uncomfortable. But thank you, Benson, for bringing that up. But in other news, this is what I got. I got the Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
Dad actually got it for me, believe it or not. I was thinking of getting it, and then he got it for me.
That's a sexy box right there.
And I'm glad that it's a nice box, and it wasn't like one. You know how they sometimes have one case with like 3 discs kind of like jammed in there? Yeah. But it's actually pretty cool. Let me see. You know what? Let me do it like this so you guys can. That doesn't work. I'm going to have to hold it up. Basically, it opens up like this. Check it out. You got Man of Steel, BBS. And then you got a Blu-ray and a 4K copy of each film. Check that out.
Ooh.
And it
just fire.
All the way. So like from here.
Nice.
For Justice League.
You're missing one. Somebody was watching.
Yep. Oh, I'm missing 2. No, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, I got missing 1. Yeah. Wait, so that's the Blu-ray. I got the 4K up there. And it goes all the way here. And then they got some collector's things in here because that's what us nerds want. And these are in order. I haven't mixed up the order. First one is is that the anti-life equation, I believe?
Yes, the anti-life. Yes.
Equation.
Anti-life.
There's this. This is...
That's sick with the Martian Manhunter.
That's by Jim Lee.
Love it.
Pretty cool.
Love it.
We got... Batman looks a little different here, but I kind of like it too. This is Liam Sharp. That's kind of cool. Yeah, a little artwork there. I don't know who did this one. This is Lee. I'm going to take my shades off because I can't read the background. Vermio. Some pretty cool stuff. And then we got the the sort of like, I guess they're called 3D. They kind of move. You got Aquaman, Batman, Cyborg, and the dust behind them kind of moves. Flash, Black Suit Superman, and Wonder Woman. So it's a pretty cool, nifty little box. Not too for an idiot nerd like me to have around. But I gotta say, folks, the physical copy 4K is phenomenal. I'd seen it on HBO Max, and it looked good on HBO Max. But having it on, I played it through my PS5, and it was just humming. Like the darks were so nice. There was no graininess. No ugly images or anything. It looked perfectly fine.
You get that full 4K quality.
What do you say? Zack Snyder's trilogy lack of integrity will be losing his mind. Prakash says, oh, where did I go? Like MCU and Thanos, there's connective tissue for all heroes to assemble. It would have a wet dream for WB, DC to use dark side like that to make all multi-heroes go. Listen,
I agree.
I agree, and I think we're going to talk about Ben Affleck a little bit later. So who knows what the future is now with this merger happening. Like, if this merger wasn't happening, I would say it's dead. I would say there's absolutely zero.
I would too. I would agree with you. I would say, yep. But as you said, there's some interesting developments. I'm sure you saw and you have planned for us today. So I'm definitely. There's been
Yeah. So folks, we are going to show you Britney Spears' boobs, but Tyler naked. For journalistic purposes, we're going to do that.
Wait, we're getting naked? Who's? Oh God, wait, what?
No, not Austin. No.
Oh God, my bad. I'm sorry.
All right, guys, stick around. So neither of us saw this coming, but Venom actually slightly beat Shang Chi at the box office. You and I were both like, "That's never going to happen."
No, okay. Here's the thing. I refused to say what the box office was going to look like because we talk a lot about this on the channel, right? I think the first Venom movie is an anomaly. I don't understand how it did as well as it did. It's a massive success. And I just didn't know if they were going to be able to repeat that success, especially in a pandemic, it seems as though they were able to repeat that no problem.
You know what? I thought that, because here's what's interesting about that first Venom movie. It's got bad reviews, but the audience score is pretty decent. And I thought, are we going to see a Suicide Squad effect where people are going to be like, nope, I'm not interested in the second film. And the reviews for it, I have the final score here. When we did the show last week, it was around 63. This is as of yesterday. Today, it's 58, which is still way better.
It's still way better than, I think it was 30 for the first one, the critics score.
It was almost like Suicide Squad low.
I mean, look, I did not see the movie yet, okay? Yeah. I've talked about it. And I talked a little bit about last night with Paul. Paul saw it. He enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm going to watch it yet or not. I may not. I mean, look, everything that I'm hearing is if you didn't like the first one, they doubled down on everything that you didn't like. That's what Ty said.
Ty said he was not that impressed.
Right, exactly. But at the same time, Paul enjoyed it. He thought it was a lot of fun. I think for me, if it were any longer than an hour and a half, it'd be boring. But at the same time, I do want some development with these characters. I don't just want to see them put on the screen to fight. I do want to see them actually go somewhere and do something. Yeah. And then the biggest thing, obviously, and we won't go into spoilers for those that haven't seen it, but there is an end credit scene. And that end credit scene, I heard about. I know what happens and stuff.
So I didn't see it. I told everyone I was going to see it. I decided not to see it just because I had no one to go with. And I really didn't. I saw it 2 weeks ago, but
did you have motivation to see that movie? Because I didn't.
No.
I had the same thing this weekend. I could have gone.
I saw an Aretha Franklin movie, which I liked. I was like, let me give it a shot, and I enjoyed it. I saw Escape Room 2, which was fun. It wasn't a smart. It was whatever. It was like a Saw movie. But this one, I guess. If the reviews were stunning, dude, this movie's really good. This movie's
then I'd go see it. I'd be there.
I'd go see it. But and I probably still will see it, but not maybe on a weekend where I have nothing to do. All right, I'll go see it. I know it's bad that I run a pop culture and I have this as a topic and I haven't seen it, but I don't know, folks. Have you seen it? Because I wouldn't mind getting into spoilers, but I don't want to ruin for anyone who hasn't seen it. If you plan to see it, go see it.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, and even last night we decided I didn't want to talk about it until next week just to give people a week to see it. Yeah. But again, I won't give anything away, but there's a post credit scene.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk spoilers. We'll wait.
Yeah, but there's a post credit scene, and this is the thing is I heard about the post credit scene, and once I heard about it, I was like, okay, I don't want to see the movie.
I thought it was the other opposite. I thought it was the thing you have to see the movie for. Oh my God. No?
Not really.
I guess in my own head, I'm not even going to theorize what it is just in case that turns out to be true. But judging by your reaction, I'm going to guess it's not. But I was surprised that it did as well. I thought maybe it's gonna have like a $30 million opening, but I think the good news is people are going back to the movies. Like
that is right. This is a big indication that look, box office might be back.
Yeah, because like the question was Shang Chi sort of the anomaly? Like, no, of course it's Shang Chi. It's a Marvel MCU movie. That's going to make money. What about other things? I want to see The Matrix in theaters. I know it's going to be on HBO Max, but I am going to go that weekend before Christmas. I'm going to take the family. We'll get IMAX or X Plus, whatever is available, and we'll go see that in theaters. Because I feel like that's a movie you don't want to watch, no matter how nice of a TV you have. That's something you want to experience, and the action it looks good. But
to the action,
have your friends seen it? Venom?
I said, yeah, Paul saw it, and all the boys from Into the West saw it, and it seems like they, for the most part, enjoyed it. I mean, look, it seems like there's two different camps with this movie. Yeah. I know Enosh saw it from Poindexter Lounge this weekend, and he hated it. Hated it. And he liked the first one. So I'm getting a lot of mixed reactions. People that are big comic fans that hated it. People that are big comic fans that loved that, thought it was fun, and are just it's kind of like the people that are liking it are going in with the look. I'm taking it for what it is. I don't expect this to be good. I don't expect this to impress me. Just want to see Carnage, which again is cool.
By the way, everyone has been telling me to watch this thing called The Squid Game. I was like, whatever. Then I saw it was a Korean drama. I'm like, I'm in. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Oh my God, you and your.
But I heard it was Korean. I'm like, yep, I'm watching it. Your next anticipated release this month, No Time to Die or Dude. So I said this on Thursday. I have nothing against it, but I've never been a huge James Bond fan. The only one that I really loved was Casino Royale. And I've seen all of them. I enjoy them, but I never go back and watch. Like my buddy Rob, huge James Bond fan, going back to the 60s. He even likes the one with George Lazenby. But like everything on paper says I should love this franchise, but I'm like,
right. Look,
it's the same way I'm with Harry Potter. I have nothing against people who love Harry Potter, but like I watch them and I'm not like, I'm not obsessed
with them or anything. But I mean, I do like I love Skyfall. I thought Skyfall was a masterpiece.
That was a very good movie.
So good, and just outside of a James Bond movie too. Like it is a great thriller of a movie. And
I thought Quantum of Solace didn't like that, and I didn't see the ones after that.
Casino Royale was phenomenal. And then you have Spectre. Spectre was terrible. Spectre was just. I mean, it was so bad because Skyfall was the high point of the Bond series, and it really was like I want to see a sequel, but it's like I don't know if you can top that last one. Yeah. And it definitely it just was so low. Yeah. It wasn't good. Oh man, Benson said I watched No Time to Die on Sunday. Great action, superb ending to Craig's arc. Many tributes to the George and her magic. I did hear that this movie has a lot of tributes to the older movies and to the books, which I thought was there's a lot of connections and tributes to the actual books in this one. So I'm really.
Because the last book they did was Casino Royale. They ran out of books.
This one.
I heard that James is not as much of a womanizer as he used to be. They've kind of cut that aspect of his personality out.
Yes. Oh yeah. But I mean,
skirt
but
chasing.
Let's be honest. You go back and you watch some of those Sean Connery films, and it's kind of like,
but
that won't pass today.
I really like what's his name?
Here's Monty Penny. Monty Penny, get down there. You know what to do.
You ever see the SNL skit where they're like, James Bond, you have 432 venereal diseases, and he's like, what?
Oh my God. For real, that is what. Let's see.
Gosh says I like Von Eye being perfect in Skyfall.
Kai says, how's everyone doing? I miss you all, except for Austin. JK. See what I did? I played off what you said. Very good, very good. This new Bond is going to be the biggest of the pair. I don't think it's going to be the biggest. I think Spider-Man's definitely going to be the biggest. But it's going to be big. I mean, look, they're tracking it at having over $100 million domestic opening, which is huge.
That's crazy.
It's gonna beat out Venom. It's gonna beat out Shang Chi and stuff. Yeah. Absolutely.
And Craig has been great. I don't remember if people were really upset when he was cast because people still like Pierce Brosnan, and I was like, who? Daniel Craig? Who's this? Who's Craig?
Right, new guy, yeah.
Like, there was a lot of that. And then Casino Royale came back, and everyone.
Well, at that point, he basically had layer
He's
cake.
my dad's favorite James Bond. My dad read all the books, and then he was a kid when he saw the very first one with Sean Connery. What's it called, Dr. No or whatever. Whatever the first one is, he was a kid in theaters and saw it.
Yeah, I do know this.
Daniel Craig.
This movie takes some stuff from the book. I think You Only Die Twice or something like that. So I'm excited, dude. Again, I want these Bond movies to be really, really good. I want them to be like what Skyfall was, just that high point. That first of all, the stakes. Hey, Master Swag. Real quick, I want to shout out Master Swag King Entertainment. Thank you. What's up, man? Thanks for watching. He's been asking me to come on and do a stream with him, and he does panels and stuff too. And I've just been so busy, and I'm sorry, man, but I promise you, I'm gonna hit you up this week, and we'll plan something, and I'll get over there because I know I've been wanting to do that. So but shout out, thank you, man, for tuning in and watching. But yeah,
the last couple of Mission Impossible movies, they've been really good, and like
those have been great too. Been great too. They're very much the American James Bond. I think they rely a little more on gadgets in those. Look, they kind of turned James Bond, and we were talking about it a little bit last night.
They kind of make more grounded and realistic.
Not only that, it's more boring. He's more gritty. It's more, the action is.
I'm like James Bond, so I'm doing my British
with your pinky, right? But I mean, I just love what Daniel Craig reinvigorated the Bond franchise because it was like for this century, for this time, you couldn't do the campy old style Bond that they've been doing all the way up until Brosnan. And so
even the last Brosnan movie, the one he did with Halle Berry, he's like surfing with like a parachute.
Yeah,
it got a little bit silly. It was like
exactly. So they did a great job. And look, these movies are crazy too. Like Skyfall, absolutely ridiculous. Some of the things, the action, right, and the things that happen. Same with this movie I'm hearing, but it's just all about how they round it with the story. Yeah. And of course the actor that's playing. I think Craig and Connery are gonna go down as the definitive James Bond.
James Bonds, yeah.
They will be like when you think James Bond, you'll only think of two people, and it's gonna be Connery and Daniel Craig.
So who's your pick for the next one? Because I gave mine on Thursday. In case
I'll go either way. I'm.
Please don't say Idris Elba.
I would love to see Idris Elba, honestly. I think he would be a killer 007. Especially if you guys have never seen Luther. He's got his, and also his other character stuff. Idris has a swag to him that James Bond has. That's the main thing you're looking for with James. There's a swag, and there's just his essence, his aura. He's a cool guy, but he's calm under pressure, and he's and he's this and that. So you got to look for those certain things. I think Idris would be great. I think Henry Cavill.
So that's my pick, because here's my thing with Idris. He's 49 now, which isn't old, but like by the time they film, let's say
now look. I have a theory though. I'd love to see an older Bond film, like maybe a one-off or two, like not how they did with Craig and do 5 movies. Let's do a one James Bond movie. Let's get an older. Years ago, I had the idea, get Colin Firth. I thought he'd call him because he's a very good actor and stuff. But let's do an older Bond. He's in the older in his prime, or not out of his prime and stuff. And he's called back in for whatever because he's got information. He's got to work with it. Hey, thank you, Ben.
That's like $20 right there. Thank
you, man. Thank you so much.
A lot of money.
I mean, I would like Henry Cavill is just like Idris. Just like I said, he's got the coolness, the swag.
He's better now than he was in Man of Steel, because in his earlier performances, now he's much more confident as an actor.
Yeah, his performance in Mission Impossible was. Yeah.
I think he'd be perfect. He's tall. He's handsome. He's got a British accent. He's a nice guy. He's no like skeletons in the closet we got to worry about. But I think right now he's on fire. Everyone loves him except DC Films. Everyone loves him.
Except DC. Yeah, I don't. Hey, man, they're lost because The Witcher's having their heyday with them. He's shooting Enola Holmes 2 right now. He's got a new franchise.
What if he works with Zack? Him and Zack are both at Netflix.
Dude, I would love to see him in Rebel Moon. Look, possibilities are endless, but yeah, DC has missed out on a great opportunity there.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? Next on the docket, let's jump into Ben Affleck a little bit. I know you talked about last night, but let's get into it. Yeah, Ben Affleck. He was doing a release for his newest movie. And apparently George Clooney's in it too. They asked George Clooney. That was actually pretty funny. I think you retweeted or Caden tweeted it. Retweeted it. Asked Clooney about being in The Flash, and he's like, "Nah, man, I ruined that franchise." But Ben Affleck said he recaptured the fun of playing Batman. And he said Justice League was difficult, and I've always felt a lot of people said it was the role. I think two things. One, I think it was the reshoots with Joss. There were rumors that Ben Affleck wanted to punch the crap out of Joss Whedon. The second was, I think that he was going through a messy divorce. He did not want to break up with Jennifer Garner, and he was just in a bad place. There are a lot of things in my life,
exactly,
that I should have loved periods of my life, but I couldn't because there was something else going on, like negative in my life. Financial things, problems in the family. My dog died, and you can't enjoy something fun. And I think that's what it was for him. His whole thing during Justice League was, and even during BVS when he was doing the press release, everyone made fun of him, for looking really sad. I'm like, the dude probably just had a shouting contest with his wife and is not in a good place. And he was drinking alcohol. And by the way, when you're getting in really good shape and drinking alcohol, it really messes you up because your body is really dehydrated. Like when you're doing those scenes in BVS, when you're like all ripped up, they dehydrate themselves to get that look.
Oh yeah.
Now he's back in the suit. And also a couple of things have happened. One, he's universally praised almost all as one of the better Batmans. A lot of people have come into and say, you know what? Just like Michael Keaton, we didn't like you at first, but now we've gotten used to you. We hated when you were announced. We hated you in BVS. We hated you. But now that you've actually done it, we love it. Sorry, I was talking about that. Yeah, but he's popular, so now he's coming in on the cusp of the Snyder Cut, which is incredibly popular. People love him. People want to see more of his Batman. And I think, it doesn't hurt that you're dating one of the most beautiful women in the world, and he seems happy. I think all that is a contributing factor. He's in the Batsuit again. He probably feels really gay. All right, Nick Carr gave us $2. Re-Ator the Snyderverse. Re-Ator.
Re-Ator the Snyderverse. The Snyderverse.
That don't sound American. Re-Ator.
Retor. Snyderverse.
Or the Snyderverse. Yeah.
He said, "Oh man, that's a." He said, "Oh man, I messed up. Crap."
Nick, you sent another $2. No, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're gonna need to send another 2 for us to put up.
Yeah.
No, I'm.
Take that one down.
I'm kidding. But no, yeah, man. I think you're right. He does look very happy, and I'm
happy for him. I'm just saying that everything that we talk about, whether it's Britney Spears, when we talk about Bennifer, it all works out. I think we're sending some good vibes out into the universe.
I mean, look, I've always enjoyed Ben Affleck as an artist and as a performer, and I've always wanted the best. Look, The Town is one of my all-time favorite movies, like ever. I want the best for this guy. I want him to be happy, and he, like you said, he looks happy. It's I thought it was pretty. I'm very interested to see now the Flash and what his role and involvement is, and yeah,
exactly. Apparently, someone said it's going to at least start with him. Like he'll be the Batman before whatever Flash does.
Right.
He's going to be the Batman, and I don't think it'll be. I know a lot of people theorize that he's going to be killed off or like his whatever. I think, look, we know the Barbara Gordon, the Batgirl series is happening, and it's within the Batfleck Snyderverse, so to speak.
Right.
Like that. What's his name's daughter?
Gordon,
obviously, but what's that actor who plays him?
J.K.
Simmons. It's going to be his daughter. So HBO, it seems, wants to keep doing this. And look, there were always rumors, and I use the word rumors, take it with a grain of salt, that HBO Max wants a TV series with Ben Affleck's Batman, maybe a one-off with Jared Leto's new and improved Joker that we've seen in the Snyderverse. Maybe take aspects of that script with Joe Manganiello. Do it. Okay. Robert Pattinson will be the Batman on the big screen. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We have what's his name? Grant Gustin as the Flash on TV, and then we have Ezra Miller as the Flash in the movies. I think people are able to compartmentalize that. They understand that Marvel's already doing multiverse, so people will know between Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, they will understand that. Okay, there are multiple universes. I mean, this movie's going to have 2 Batman in it, so people aren't going to be like, "Wait, what's happening?" And they'll totally understand. They will totally understand that.
Nothing in the fridge. She didn't bring anything.
Oh, she didn't bring coffee. Thank you, Kat. I told my sister to bring coffee, and I got this old coffee here. Yeah, so Ben, and possibly, I mean, it'd be kind of cool. Maybe, the town is a classic, but
Prakash, I agree, man. I really want to see The Last Duel. That is, I think that comes out like soon, next week or the week after, and I'm on it. I can't wait.
Ridley Scott. Hayden just posted something for us.
So, speaking of, also too, did you hear recently that they're rolling out HBO in Europe and in Asia and all those different places, and the head of Warner Max Media in India came out and mentioned that they'll be getting all the big films on HBO Max, including Batman vs. Superman and, quote unquote, as she said, the global phenomenon known as Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Global phenomenon. Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, I would still get the guy who wrote it. What's his name? Chris Terrio. I think you and I have talked about how I'm not sure about Zack as a writer after Army of the Dead, but have him work with Chris Terrio again. Make Justice League 2. I think now, I mean, with as big as this film has been, I think The Flash is going to bring a lot of attention.
So this is not a popular opinion.
Yeah.
You want a hot take real quick?
You don't think you should do the second one?
I don't think Chris Terrio should touch these characters again. I'm sorry.
Really? Even after the Snyder Cut?
Snyder Cut was good and stuff, but Chris Terrio, I don't think, is a good IP writer.
Okay.
He is not a good friend. He needs immense help when it comes to writing franchises.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's official? Is Terrio scriptwriter for Batman v Superman?
Yeah, apparently he wasn't happy with it either. He said
so that tells you.
He's said that only 2 of his movies have ever been written or have been made the way he wrote them. One was Argo, and the other was a Snyder Cut. So he doesn't even.
Argo's a great movie. Yeah. Argo's a great movie.
Got an Oscar. So apparently, when it says Rise of Skywalker, nope, that's not what I wrote. Like a lot of people were like, "This dude helped write Rise of Skywalker." It's like, nope, that's not. I'm
curious. I mean, but at the same time, I don't know. I think he does have trouble with franchises.
I think Zack Snyder returns for Justice League 2. Same blueprint. Okay, we know Darkseid's coming, Nightmare, Lois Lane dies, etc., etc. Right. Who do you think could write that? Who would you trust? Zack Snyder's going to direct it, so we don't have to worry about the visuals. Who should write that film? A Justice League 2. If it's not Chris Terrio, I don't want Zack to write it himself. I love Zack, but his...
And I think Zack can do the story. Zack comes up with
story, but not about the actual dialogue.
He should not write the script. Let me think about this for a second. I would say...
What if Joss Whedon wrote it?
Get out. But you know what? Honestly, the first 2 people to come to mind, I'm really trying to...
Hayden says James Gunn, but I don't know if James Gunn could write a series.
No, I don't. James would make it too campy.
He'd make it more like Joss.
Here's the thing. James would succeed at some really great like he would kill it, but he'd bring it down with his humor. Yeah. Like it just wouldn't fit there.
Yeah.
I would honestly, the first 2 people who came to mind are David S. Goyer and Christopher Nolan.
Boom. That is perfect. They wrote Man of Steel and.
Give me those 2 guys. I will gladly, with the story from Zack Snyder.
The opposite of Zack. He's not a good director, but he's a good writer. He comes up with stories.
He does.
He comes up with
He
interesting
does.
stories.
And Nolan can hone it in on the grounded stuff. Goyer can go all out with the
Nolan's brother, who co-wrote The Dark Knight, Jonathan Nolan. He's a good writer.
Okay, I gotta say this. I'm sorry. Like, that's the one thing I do like about Snyder's movies. Snyder's films are the most intelligent comic book films.
I don't think Benson knows how this channel got started. It was because of the Snyder. We all got together, me, Ty, and Justice, or Justice and Ty, and then me, because of the Snyder cut. That's how we all.
I gotta go back to the chat because I know I made comments about Goyer or about Terry. I'm sure people was. So yes, I know he was, but that's not true, Prakash. He was given the story for Batman versus Superman. They were not given a script.
Yeah.
They were told by the studio, you need to write a movie about Batman fighting Superman.
Yeah.
That's what they were told.
Yeah.
When did Terrio say that wasn't what he wrote?
It was
that one. I don't know.
Episode of TY's Corner. I read the article. So this is right around the time. So I filled in for. So when I was doing TY's Corner, it was just me. I would literally read the article. It was a huge article. I remember I literally ran out of time.
Right.
That was around the time where Vanity Fair did the interview with Ray Fisher. Chris Terrio was talking about the Snyder cut. He's like, apparently, I think he's talking about. You're right. He might be talking about the theatrical version of Batman vs Superman. Like, I don't. He didn't say much about the Ultimate Edition. At least I don't recall.
But the Ultimate Edition. Hold on. The Ultimate Edition is the same script. It's added scenes.
Yeah, but he talked about
Because look, overall,
were the only two movies that he.
Batman versus Superman suffered mainly because of how many comic book storylines they were trying to pull from. And I think that was Terrio. Was trying to put every major comic book that he liked in there, and it was way too much. Sorry, Nova, I gotta disagree with you. Terrio's a great, but I want to give him this. Let's take a look at his history here.
You can do it both. You can make a good movie and then not make a good movie.
You can. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. I would be curious to read that screenplay to see how much the difference is there. But look, this guy, Chris Terrio, has Argo, a movie called Heights, and then the DC Universe and Star Wars. So if he's a great writer, I'd like to see it.
Be right back.
But let's see. Zack says he already updated his story. But yes, I know he's updated. Let's see. Austin must be talking to Benshins too much. Oh my god. Oh, Anthony. Yes. That
Austin, are you having an orgasm on screen? What happened?
Yes.
Oh, how about Rick Famu? Who's that?
Rick Famuyiwa, he was going to do the Flash movie. He directed a film called Dope and a couple other things. I think he would be great. He would be great. Army of the Dead and even the upcoming Army of the Thieves are both written by Shea Hatton and Zack. Yes, I know Zack's been doing that. Let's see. I want a Tarantino DC film. Dude, that would be... I'll tell you, you want a Tarantino DC film? I think the closest you got was The Suicide Squad. James Gunn is the closest person you are ever going to get to seeing Tarantino do anything with the
new one, at least.
Right. I think Suicide Squad, that's pretty close. You're going to get that raunchy, weird humor. You're going to get the over-the-top violence.
Yeah.
Maybe probably a couple more twists and stuff than what we got, but that is an interesting choice.
How would you feel about Marcus McFeely writing Justice League 2, directed by Zack Snyder?
Who? Okay, sure. Just walk away from me.
Sorry.
I get it. No, I'm kidding.
Marcus and McFeely, the guys who wrote Infinity War, Endgame, and Civil War, and Winter Soldier.
Okay, I would give them a chance if they can. Again, and even though the humor in Infinity War and Endgame and Civil War is already low,
that for this one they don't want the humor.
Right. I would give them a chance because those guys write great ensemble pieces. That's another big thing is you have to be a good ensemble writer. Oh, Tarantino should do a Lobo movie. Love that. They started the channel because of Snyder, Nick. I'll tell you that to your face. But I agree with you, Austin. I do think they should switch writers to keep things fresh and someone who's more familiar with the genre. Let's see. More familiar doesn't always mean.
Oh, Kate,
fresh.
let Caden play this real
better.
quick. I told Caden to pull this up. This is the.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
HBO
Yeah.
Europe
And then I'll
one or
address it.
HBO.
Yeah.
Caden, go ahead and play it.
Treasure trove of superhero movies, series, and animation. With something for fans of all ages. It's all your favorite characters, finally, in one place.
It's crazy, right?
We've got the most iconic movies coming to the platform in the months ahead, including Joker and Batman vs. Superman,
God versus man. Day versus night.
as well as the global phenomenon that is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
I have a second chance.
Where's Integrity 101? You'd be so mad.
A treasure trove of superhero.
All right. Yo, listen.
But yeah,
I hadn't watched the Snyder Cut since like April or May. Like I didn't want to overwatch it.
Right.
I put it in.
I've seen it like
I
8
forgot how
times.
good it was. Like
It's
just
great. It's
visually
phenomenal.
pleasing. Just
But look-
every image you could make into a poster. Like, and so by the way, there is a special feature on this. I forgot to mention. There's a 30-minute documentary called "The Road to the Snyder Cut," and it uses Zack's new footage of him, like not old footage, new footage of him talking about while showing behind the scenes from 5 years ago, 4 years ago when they were filming it. I still would like someone who's on board with Zack's vision. And I don't want it to get too funny.
Right.
I don't get. And by the way, there's a lot of humor in the Snyder Cut.
There is much more than I expected, but it works. You got to
Yeah.
understand, it has to be where it works. It has to be where it's right. And look, Nick, more familiar doesn't always mean fresher or better. No, but more experience does. And Terrio has literally almost next to zero experience besides Argo.
Well, I mean,
This guy hit a gold mine. He wrote Argo, won an Oscar, and then was offered two the biggest franchise IPs you could possibly think. He needs more experience. So you're right. More familiar doesn't always mean fresher or better because Geoff Johns, as we all know.
well, do you think the
Just
same could happen with Chloe
shat
Zhao
on
and
titles.
Turtle?
Right. Again, Adam, Terrio is great. Show me a good script he's writing besides Argo. Argo is great, but other than that, I don't see. Let's see. The hate that BVS got was the plot points. We're gone from theatrical, and BVS washed a lot of those. Yeah, but even the Ultimate Edition is a mess. No, but we all know that the Ultimate, it's good. The Ultimate Edition is good, but it's a mess. It's a good mess.
You know what? The Ultimate Edition, I know it sounds weird, could have probably used 30 more minutes of non-action to kind of space out. I feel like there's more plot there that could be done. I think there's more that could have been done with Lex's character. By the way, I have come to grown to like what's his name's Lex, Eisenberg's Lex. I get what he was trying to do because Mark Zuckerberg right now is very unpopular, so he cast Mark Zuckerberg as Lex Luthor. You know, I kind of like it. I like the Ultimate Edition a lot. I think there's a lot to take away from that movie that I would say I have not, in terms of symbolism, political commentary, that isn't necessarily.
I mean, look, and I'll give you this too, right? Because global phenomenon. Matt Jarbo would say her words. Well, her words kind of do mean nothing. Like, no offense. Like, it's so great, and as Snyder fans, it's great to see other people, especially higher ups, acknowledge that the movie is good and that people liked it and that it did well. But she is an executive in India. She ain't running Warner Media, so it does mean nothing. It's great to hear her say, but it's useless to the overall.
Oh, wait, no, I think it's Europe. I think she's the person.
No, it's India.
The tweet said Europe because I opened.
Was it Europe? Oh, okay.
Because the girl is Indian, but there's a lot of it. There are more Indians in London right now than there are white people.
I would have loved to see the George Miller George Miller was working on a Justice League. He's another one that would have. I want to see his Justice League because his filmography goes from like Happy Feet and Happy Feet 2 to Mad Max to freaking the guy's got an interesting filmography. The Ultimate Edition is a good mess. I will die on that hill. That movie draws from like 20 different DC comic storylines and tries to fit it all into one. Force and rush the death of Superman after one movie. Like you cannot deny those things don't make it a good movie. that brings the movie down. Just because you enjoy it because it is our characters and we love seeing them, and I enjoy watching the movie even though it falls apart in places. I can watch that movie all day long. I used
to do this a lot last summer. I used to just on Friday night because of the lockdown. I just drink some alcohol and watch that movie not every Friday, but a lot. I was just like, because I knew the Snyder Cut was.
The last 40 minutes are a mess. The drawing from several different, the rushing.
You think it should not have been called BVS? What if it was called it
should have? Well, and again, this is another part where we have to. Right. Yeah. This is another part where we have to be careful because it's not necessarily yes, Terrio wrote the movie, but yeah, he didn't have full creative freedom to write whatever he wanted. No, they should have, and that's where the studios and the executives are idiots. The Warner Brothers are idiots. They said, everybody wants to see Batman beat up Superman and fight and stuff, which is cool and stuff, but that's not the core of the character. They should have done Public Enemies.
They let Chris Nolan do what he wanted to do. And I guess you know what it is, because Man of Steel didn't make as much money as they thought. They thought Man of Steel would be $1 billion movie. It still made like 650, 600. It made a lot of money.
No.
Interesting. No. I say there's more to dissect in BVS.
Interesting, but no.
Than Zack Snyder's Justice League.
You had a lot going for it. I did think it needed a couple more. Oh, absolutely. It needed a couple things. Tarantino, Star Trek movie. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that.
I don't want it. I like Star Trek.
That would have been interesting. I do. Nick Carr. Shout out Nick Carr with the with the $4 super chat.
You want to jump to that? Let's.
Well, hold on. Let's see what the rest of the chat here and make sure. Let's see where is everybody all past the Snyder stuff. Because I don't want to leave anybody in the. But I did see that trailer. It's sick.
Okay, do me a favor.
Okay, the death of Superman, the death and reign of Superman, with the Dark Knight Returns. Long Halloween. Oh God, what was the other ones? He literally said.
What's the one where
Chris Terrio actually gave a list of 5 different comics that he was talking about. Arkham from Grant Morrison. Yes, it was not 2 or 3.
There's a whole storyline with Lex where he has the long hair and everything. I forgot what it's called.
Exactly.
Whatever that one was. It was the Superman one.
Noel, I do want to say yes. We are going to be covering Disney Plus Day here on the channel. But we do ask please that you not spam the chat over and over. But yes, we will be covering it on the channel on November 12th.
But you won't be able to see Britney Spears.
No, we won't do that. We won't do that. Okay, that's gonna be your punishment.
They're all here to see Britney Spears. Yeah, we got it for you, baby.
That's Jack. I did say that, but let's see. No, there's a little. I'll find it, Nick, and I'll get it to you because and it was during the whole release of the Snyder Cut that Terrio was like, no, this is what Zack and I were drawing from, and he went through a whole list. It was stuff from Grant Morrison. It was obviously Frank Miller stuff. It was.
Is there any year one stuff in there?
I wouldn't have called it Justice League, Lewis. I would have called it Public Enemies.
Yeah, that works.
But Superman is literally a public enemy in that movie.
A movie somehow, some way, where Lex becomes president of the United States, and somehow becomes president, and Batman and Superman have to fight him. And the whole world's like, dude, you're going after the president? That would make such a good story.
Dude, Chris literally references Long Halloween as an inspiration for certain sections of Batman's storyline.
Right here. We say even just World's Finest, Dawn of Justice, something like that.
Exactly. I would have called it World's Finest or Public Enemies. One of the two.
The imagery sells itself, like the Dark Knight. They didn't call
it's not Batman v Superman. It's Batman and Superman.
Now, I
Public Enemies, World's Finest, whichever one.
Zack has this idea that it's V and not versus. The idea it's a legal case that Batman is the defendant, the plaintiff. Superman's
that whole thing is stupid. There is no.
I really liked it. The idea that that's the
where in the and I could be wrong, but was there a comic Batman v Superman? Batman versus Superman? No, it was always Batman and Superman, public enemies. Did they fight? Yeah. Batman and Superman, world's finest. Batman, like, why would you put the
Here's my
two
thing. By
biggest
calling it Batman versus Superman, everyone thought there would be more than one fight.
Chat is real quick. Yeah, shout out to the chat. Chat is lit.
What has we talk about the Snyder Cut, baby?
Best. You're fired. You're the best. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
We bring up pictures of Britney. Everyone's like, I don't want to watch this. I want to talk about
right. Oh, I love Caden's the best. Caden says there were 10 comic books that they referenced. God, I love our producers. Shout out, Caden. So they were taken from Dark Knight Returns, Hush, Arkham Asylum, Killing Joke, Superman for All Seasons, Superman Secret Identity, All Stars Superman, Superman Red Sun, and The Death of Superman.
Oh, there you go.
I can see elements from every single one of those comics in the movies.
Where are the Killing Joke?
I completely agree.
In BBS?
With Batman, just in the Killing Joke, is Batman. He's pushed. He's gonna get pushed.
It always ends ambiguously. Did he just kill the Joker?
Exactly. Yeah. Did he cross that line? If he did, which one
of those is the one where we actually have Lex Luthor with the long hair and he looks like Jesse Eisenberg? And I was like, oh, okay, so Zack didn't just pull that out of his whatever. But I forgot what that's called. I don't know if it's one of these, but he drew from too many sources, and I think they were over ambitious. I still love the movie. I got that poster right here. That's
right. I agree with this statement. Civil War was not fully Civil War.
Hot take. The story in Civil War was better than the story that was in the comics, because here's what's interesting. A lot of people say Iron Man and him are fighting over the Sokovia Accords. No, they're not. At the end of that movie, it really becomes about Bucky and the death of the parents.
Dude.
Everyone violates the Sokovia Accords, up to and including Iron Man. When he shows up to help Cap, he's like, by the way, don't tell Secretary, what's his name, Ross about this, because he knows that, like, holy crap, Cap was right. Anyway, but it's never really about the Sokovia Accords, at least by the end of that movie. That's what's so brilliant about that movie. That's why that's the movie where Captain America becomes the leader. I mean, I love Civil War. I think is everyone talks about the airport scene, but I always said the best scene in the movie is when Cap and Iron Man are arguing at the United Nations.
Yes, Black Rock 316. Oh, yes. If they would have made, and that's what I thought Batman versus Superman was going to be when I saw it in theater for the first time, and I walked out. I'll never forget walking out of that movie, literally talking to strangers.
If he keeps putting money up, that's fine. Guys, keep putting money, and we'll keep answering your questions.
I think. Look, I remember walking out Batman vs Superman, the theatrical cut, and talking with strangers and going, "This is the worst comic book movie I've ever seen," and it's a slap in the face to comic book fans because it was just like, you cannot take some of the greatest all-time comic book storylines and just go, "Hey, we're gonna put the best parts in a little section to advance our story," and think everybody's going to be okay with it.
Let me give you an example. What I think sometimes it's a smarter than script.
Agreed with this, 100%.
General Amajad or whatever, the black guy from the beginning, his speech, and a lot of people don't pay attention to his speech, is basically giving Lex Luthor's thesis on why he hates Superman. I was like, I watched it on my 50th rewatch. I'm like, oh, he's basically saying what Lex says when he's talking to Lois Lane. It's like, men with power respect neither this or that. Did anyone do that? And I'm like, dude, he's talking about Superman, not actually Superman. I think there is.
Exactly, yeah. And look, Nick,
there's a lot in that movie to dissect, is what I'm saying.
Yes. And whether it's 10, 20, dude, you shouldn't be adapting more than 3 comic storylines into a movie. And that's a stretch.
Look. It can be done with a good script. When I first heard how many characters were going to be in Batman Begins, I was in high school. I'm like, how many people is he putting in this movie? And then you watch it, and you're like, oh, no, he did an amazing job. You got Morgan Freeman, you got Scarecrow, you got Ra's al Ghul, you got whoever the hell Liam Neeson's supposed to be. At the time, we didn't know that he was going to be Ra's al Ghul. I said, you got 2, Michael Caine, you got all these. How are you going to do this? And he did it,
Let's see. It was called Batman vs Superman, like a battle of ideals, dawn of justice. The next movie was Justice League.
So I agree with
you. But you got to understand, you guys are defending something that Snyder and Terrio themselves have come out and said, we didn't want to call the movie that. Like, you're defending a name that even Terrio and Snyder said, like, this isn't what we wanted.
It was a little bit different. I know, like when Zack came up.
No, but you say so yes, so no.
I wanted to call Beautiful Lies or something like that, or I don't know what it was. But.
Right, they wanted to do something exactly more poetic, or because it's Yeah,
Zack,
and Lewis said I was
uh,
right. There is no comics Batman versus Superman, whether it's V or VS, who cares? Like there's just no it doesn't make sense. Like for there to be a comic called that. It's Batman and Superman, Batman / Superman. Yes. I like the complexity of BVS as well, Prakash. It just falls apart because of how much.
Hayden says he has a hot take. The Nolan trilogy is overrated. I think as comic book movies, yes, but I think as movies, no. Well, I don't really like the third one.
Dude.
I think
Dark Knight's a masterpiece. You can't.
It's a masterpiece of filmmaking. It
really
is
of filmmaking.
Agreed.
Tyler, Civil War is not. Anthony Beltran Civil War is a masterpiece. I like that movie a lot, but it's
a masterpiece, but it's a phenomenal film. I mean, Civil War saved the MCU because after Age of Ultron, there was kind of like that wasn't that great. And all of a sudden, here comes Civil War. That third act of Civil War after the airport scene was great. Every second of it. 7 out of 10. That's fair. I think that's fair. I've been wondering back and forth. Do I like Civil War more than Infinity War? Because I love Infinity War, but I think Civil War. Civil War has more moments. There's a lot more pause in the story.
I think even
Infinity
as
War
far as the story goes, Infinity War I think is better than Endgame. As far as the story, like of course the action and Endgame and the battle, like so good.
Agreed.
But
I agree. In defense of Christian Bale, when he came in, we hadn't seen a Batman like that. You know, we had the best one we really had was Keaton. After that, we had the Schumacher Batmans, and it was nice to see someone taking the role seriously. There was like Chris Nolan had like Batman right now is $1 billion franchise because of Chris Nolan. Up until Chris Nolan, Batman versus Batman and Robin was a failure. Batman Forever, while it made money, turned Batman into a joke. He basically went down like, no, Batman is serious again. He's a martial artist trained in like 100 styles. Bruce Wayne is rich, suave, and good looking. And Batman is scary, he's intimidating. What did it say?
You're right. We hadn't seen a Batman, and same with Ben Affleck. We hadn't seen a Batman.
Did I clap? Who clapped?
Hold on. Don't clap at us like that, bro. I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Sorry.
He's just mad because he's wrong. No, I'm kidding.
Justin Hines. See, I've had this conversation with him. I disagree with him. He says there's no detectiving going on in any of those movies. I'm like, yes, there is. It's just not set up like a David Fincher film. That's why he's doing it.
I don't know. I go back and forth because there are points.
The most Batman movie moment in that trilogy is when he saves the Joker at the end. When he let the Joker go, I'm like, oh crap, he just killed the Joker, and then he saves him. I'm like, that's Batman. He wants to help the Joker. That's Batman's greatest yet weakest thing about him. He does not want to kill the Joker. And the Joker's like, you just couldn't let me go, could you? I'm like, that's Batman. Batman would not kill the Joker. He would do everything in his power to save. And even in the comics, he tries to rehabilitate Joker. He actually believes the Joker can be helped.
BlackRock is literally saying all of the things that the DC universe should be doing, should have done.
I had that
from the Superman Public Enemies to that DVD. Yes, with
Mark Hamill at the
Batman and Superman.
World's Finest. Batman Superman.
Right, World's Finest. That's right. Yes, dude. This is why. I'm telling you, man. These stories were laid out in front of them already.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Titans. I'm going to say it right now. Titans is garbage because literally what they are doing is, as a comic book fan, I feel like they're literally trying to slap me in the face, spit in my face, and then throw dirt on it. Like, honestly, that's honestly how I feel. As somebody that's read some of these comics, it's like, dude, you're taking these characters that have phenomenal origins, great backstories, and all that you're doing is coming up with something on your own, which is fine, but I mean, it's bad. What you're coming up with doesn't touch any of the stuff that is in the comics or I mean, what they've done to Jason Todd in that show is horrifying. What they've done to Batman.
So I'm still in season 2. So does it get better?
Drop it.
I
I would tell you right now, drop Titans. I'll be the person to tell you, drop it.
Because I'm in season 2, I'm struggling so hard to get through it. It feels like
and just wait till you get until mid-season 3. You're gonna be just mad at that point because, dude, what they have done with Batman and the Bruce Wayne character is it might flat out unforgivable. Unforgivable.
People are really overestimating how popular these Game of Thrones actors are outside of Game of Thrones.
And here's the thing, he's not that bad, but it's what they've written his character as. That is not Bruce Wayne. That is not Red Hood. That is not Scarecrow. That's not Starfire.
Wait, they already turned him into Red Hood? He was still Robin last time I checked, so he went from Robin.
Dude, he's Red Hood in the first episode of season 3. Like, yeah. No. Stay far away, dude. Like, and this is only if you are like, if you really love the origins of Jason Todd, if you really stay away. It hurts. It hurts and it's shameful. Here's the thing, they got me hooked a little bit because the beginning of the season, there are some moments that it's like, oh, this is good. I mean, this is interesting. And it's like, okay, it's not the Jason Todd origin that you know, but they did it interesting enough to keep me watching.
Like, they tell the story just so they can get to the good stuff. Like, well, we want to get to Red Hood.
Yeah. And then the dialogue, dude, is just...
I never thought the dialogue was that great between the characters. I think Doom Patrol is way better written. But has that started yet? Does that start soon, season 3 of Doom Patrol? Like, I think that's a really well-written show.
Doom Patrol? I haven't seen Doom Patrol yet, but I do know it. Yeah, season 3 has started. Season 3... Oh,
crap. I have seen zero marketing for that. I would love to watch that.
Yeah, they had a pretty cool, and I think it's doing really well. Like they had a pretty cool trailer and stuff. I'm very confused. He said no neck ed LMAO, but I'm very confused.
But someone said they're going to cast. Don't worry, it'll bring.
Oh, it's Penguin as Penguin. Oh my God. Oh please, I'll take it. Besides Danny DeVito, there's no perfect casting.
I'm curious what they're gonna do with Colin Farrell, though. But
good on you, Lewis. Your eyes are purer than mine. I hate what Doom Patrol has done.
I don't like the cyborg they have in Doom Patrol. I mean, he's not a bad actor, but I prefer, especially after watching the Snyder Cut. I'm like, oh my God, Ray's so much better in this role. He's not a bad actor, but like, I don't know. First of all, it looks like he has like Star Trek The Next Generation Borg implants. It literally looks like, you can tell they glued something to his head. So in Star Trek, they have these things called a Borg, and it was clear like they just attached something to someone's eye, and like it bad 80s and 90s, but at the time it was good. And like Cyborg, it just looks like they just glued something here, and now he's a cyborg. Whereas like Zack was smart to use CGI. It looks organic, like it looks like that dude is You know what's interesting? I'm D-Al, a Democrat from Alabama, or Dal, I'm just going to call you Al.
Hey, Dial. That's our boy Dial. We love Dial.
Oh, Dial. Is that always okay? Dial.
Yeah, Dial.
Yeah.
You know Dial.
He gave a lot. My issue with Batman Returns, and I'm one of those few people who likes the first one better than the second one, is that my sister just came and nodded her head. The second one is a little bit too much of an art house film, which I'm fine with, but it forgot that Batman is supposed to be in this movie, and for the first 2/3 it feels like a Penguin movie, and then they're like, oh crap, we got to put Batman in this movie. Batman saves the day in like the least interesting way. He flies a little boat, and you see it for 2 seconds. The original Michael Keaton Batman, or the one with Tim Burton did the first one, ends with a plane crash, dancing in a church. I mean, there was a lot going on in that movie. DeVito's Penguin, Burton took the idea of the Fishman a little too seriously, and I get what he was going for, but I do.
And look, I like the I like that it's comic accurate in that sense, and the look and the thing. Like I feel like Matt Reeves.
Dirty DeVito's Penguin was. That's the biggest parasol I've ever seen. I'm a kid. I don't know what that.
I feel like Matt Reeves is going to do a good job of that with Colin Farrell and his Penguin. But
wait, is it the same universe?
No, I think they're different universes. Which I hope so.
Because Doom Patrol's backdoor pilot was in Titan, they go to the only thing that's different is that the guy who played James Bond is not in it. Ken, who's the guy from Shaun of the Dead? No, the one who runs the supermarket.
He was comic accurate in the look, DL. In the look is what I'm talking about. Short, little penguin-looking dude. That's
Kat,
that's
the
what
guy
I meant.
the one who runs the supermarket. Is like, this will absolve me.
Oh, Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton. Yes,
Hot
thank
Fuzz, not Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hot Fuzz. Yeah, sorry.
I like
Timothy Dalton is not in Titans, but they showed Doom Patrol in Titans, except the professor character is different. I think they eventually cast Timothy Dalton, and he's way better in the role. And the dude looks amazing for being like 74. I'm like, damn.
Doom Patrol's on Earth 21.
So when did this happen?
Time's on Earth 9. Okay. So much for that CW Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Wait, did they ever announce why they're two different universes? Oh, whatever. Okay. I mean, I don't care.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, Titans is trash, I hear.
Season 1. Do you remember when they go visit the Doom Patrol mansion and see exact same people? Remember? I'm asking you, Austin. You don't remember that episode? There's an episode where they visit.
I just don't know.
That's where they pick up the kid who's in love with Raven, the kid with the green hair or whatever.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay,
they find him at the mansion. He lives at the mansion.
So you want to? Okay, I'll be honest. I'll tell everybody right here. I haven't seen seasons 1 and 2 of Titans.
Yeah, they showed Doom Patrol on Titans. Yeah,
I watched a recap of season 1 and 2 and I'm happy I did.
He clearly has better knowledge. Which lady?
Oh, from a couple weeks ago we talked wrestling.
Oh, yes.
Des, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Des is great.
Des was great, yes.
Justin, did you meet Des? I'm trying to remember if back when Justin was in Philly, I think he might have met Des a couple years ago. But anyway, okay, so I guess they might have separated because they want to do their own thing. Because whatever. Anywho, did you see? Do you guys want to keep talking about this? Because I do want to touch on.
I think I've gotten my my Titans hate out.
Okay.
For the day.
Well, let's talk about Game of Thrones. Ooh, yeah. Where are we? There we go. House of Dragon. Fire will reign. I got to be honest with you. You said you thought the trailer was lit?
Oh, so good.
Okay, I thought it was all right. All right.
But hey, you want to know something? So I again, Noel, please. We're only asking one more time. Easy on the spamming. We said we're going to be covering it and talking about it, but that's it for that. Look, I have not seen Game of Thrones. So I watched this and I was like, the trailer for this, and I was like, well, crap, I want to see Game of Thrones because this looks pretty interesting.
Well, Game of Thrones is phenomenal. Well, actually, you could watch this series not having seen Game of Thrones because this is about the Targaryens taking over Westeros. It's sort of a prequel. So here's the issue. So have you ever heard the thing where people say, well, the first 5 seasons of Game of Thrones are really good, but the last couple were not? Have you ever heard people say that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's why. I
talked with a friend, my good friend Nathan, who just told me it was
the first
that
5.
I'm gonna have to drag through the first season. So
here's the thing: the first 5 seasons or so are based on the books.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is George R. R. Martin never realized the show would be this popular. He still hasn't finished the books. So season 6, 7.
Okay, right.
George was like, all right, these are the things that are going to happen, and they just had the writers write them. Now, I still like season 6 and 7, but season 8 they kind of rushed through. Because the books haven't written. So here's the thing: House of the Dragon. There are sort of compendiums to Game of Thrones, which tells the history of Westeros, the Targaryens coming. The Targaryens are this family, with the blonde hair right here, and how they were in power, yada yada yada. But without really good source material, I am really worried that the writers are not going to make a good show, because when they wrote the first 5 seasons, they took dialogue from the books, and the dialogue in the books is phenomenal. And the one thing you notice in the later seasons when they didn't have the books as sources is that the dialogue takes a huge dip in terms of quality. It felt like Americans were writing it. Does that make sense? Like they spoke to too much like Americans rather than
Absolutely.
like Middle Ages Europeans.
Right.
Yeah, the Latino. So there we go.
I mean, look, I don't know. So I haven't seen the series, so I wouldn't know. I did see like a couple of the last
For gosh, that
episodes,
sounds dirty.
but rename it to Deep Diving with Dez. I mean, look, I will say that I'm gonna watch it. I do want to watch it. I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones, and then because I want to know more going into this. I thought this is an interesting teaser. It looked interesting, right?
They're gonna
got
be
my attention. There's gonna be dragons, so
so-
take my money. Like,
They're baby dragons. Eventually, they get older. But this show's gonna start with freaking dragons, like a lot of them, not like 1 or 2 or 3. There's gonna be a lot of them. So
my friend was telling me this was the age where like the most dragons existed and all that type of stuff, and so.
Yep. But
I mean, like I said, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna get into it.
Yeah, there we go. So I don't know who she is. I guess she's one of the Targaryens. But basically, Emilia Clarke's character is a descendant of these people. Like she's there, and she's one of the people vying for the throne in Game of Thrones. And she's got dragons.
And she's got a dragon, and she rides it.
There we go.
She rides. She rides.
She rides a lot of some of the cool sequences of Game of Thrones. Like they're so cathartic when she finally takes the dragon out into into battle. All right, guys. Who's ready for Britney Spears?
Oh yeah. I know you've been waiting all weekend, Jack.
Viewership because of the pictures we're about to show, or if one of you twerps reports us, I'm going with Austin. There, you heard it.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I'm
getting out of here.
I'm getting out of here. All right. So, we lost one person. They're like, they're gonna talk about Britney Spears.
Yeah, they already lost it. They're like,
I don't want to see a picture of her naked. No, let's talk about Batman and Superman. All right. Let's touch on this because
I got tired of waiting.
Oh, there we go. Not yet. Don't show the goods yet.
I got tired of waiting. I wanted to see it in full screen. I've been looking at it in tiny. I've been looking at it in tiny picture, and this so.
So basically, let me get rid of this. That's later. Basically, here's what happened. She was on vacation with her boyfriend when she heard news of the conservatorship being terminated. All right. So she decides to reward all her fans with pictures of her. So trigger warning if you don't like attractive women, but she posted this.
Well, it's not really. I mean, look, it's nothing we haven't seen
that's
before.
That's the wrong one. Where's the one that Ty did with Pop Culture Corner over it? I think I forgot to upload it.
God, did he really do it? Oh my God!
That was my request. That was my request.
Oh wow!
Viewership is about to explode. This will be bigger than when you guys covered Netflix or whatever.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So no, listen. Props to her. There we go. She posted more, but I think Instagram took some of them down. These are the 2 I could find. But like, she was like, "Yeah, enjoy it. CB, I'm free. I'm bare naked Britney." Props to her. And last night on Dancing with the Stars, they actually did a tribute episode. I did not watch it because I was out doing bingo. A lot of people are celebrating her. I cannot wait to see what she comes out next musically, now that she's not under the control of Daddy. But I think that some really good music is good. I think she might hit another peak like she did in the early 2000s. I mean, she never really dropped her peak. I'm talking about.
And just for the people who are out there that might be watching this and saying, "Oh, we may as guys we shouldn't be talking about this or anything like or whatever." Look.
Are we getting one of those?
No. But you can already kind of tell. I'm sure somebody.
Oh yeah.
But look, this girl couldn't even own an iPad.
Yeah.
Without this is like I know we're making a joke a little bit and being funny, but
we're not making fun of her beauty.
No, we're not. But we're having a little fun. But honestly, in all this, I am so happy.
Yeah.
For her and that she was able to post this, not because of or anything, but because She has the freedom to do it because she did it. She wants to do it. It's Rhea. What's up, Rhea? Oh my gosh, Rhea nearly gave me a heart attack last night, dude. I gotta go just for a second off topic here. It's not really off topic, but it's kind of off topic. Oh God, no! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Oh God. Okay. So Rhea last night was on Poindexter Lounge and stuff, hating out. We were doing a chill stream. Rhea just had to bring up one of her favorite horror films of all time, being the film Teeth. Have you seen that or heard of that movie, Jack?
No.
Stop! Oh, not again, dude! I can't do this again. Oh no, Jack. There's a movie in 2007, and it was called Teeth. Teeth was about a girl who has certain powers, and in her vaginal area, would turn into.
It looks like this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just imagine that's basically her vagina was Venom's face, and just chomping off dudes' dicks left and right. It is just a highly recommend. It's an art house feature, but
Yeah, it's got 80% of Rotten Tomatoes.
What?
I just looked it up. Yeah, audience score is not that high, but I love how you went from Britney to that. I mean, folks, this is what we're supposed to be looking at and talking about. Boom. Boom.
Well, I mean, if you think there's a little correlation, we don't know what Britney. No, I'm kidding. But no. At the end of the
Have
day,
you ever seen the South Park episodes?
Yes.
Snoop about Hillary
Yes.
Clinton. That kind of reminds me of that. That thing hasn't seen action in 30 years, and it swallows up a doctor. Oh my.
You ever see Me, Myself, and Irene? That scene
No.
where, oh my God, it's
Gary?
Jim Carrey has a split personality, and he comes up to the at the grocery store because this girl is like, "Oh, can I cut in front of you? I only have one thing." Blah blah blah, and he grabs the thing. His alter ego comes out, and he's mean, and he goes, "Can I get a price check on a?" And grabs out of her shopping cart, vaginal for rashes in the vaginal area. Vaginal, that's Vagisil or something. Dude, it was so funny. So that's what I. But yeah, no. At the end of the day, this is a great thing for Britney. Vagicream. Vagicream. Oh,
Yeah, because Vagisil is the natural one, I think.
Oh my. Yeah. I don't know. But that reminded me of that. But look, at the end of the day, this is a great thing for Britney, right? She, look at this however way you want. She has not been able to. She's not had freedom. She's not been able to express herself.
To add to that, this is someone who was openly mocked when she kind of had a comeback tour, and she had a little bit of weight gain. She was in better shape than any of us are, but she had a little bit of a tummy. It wasn't even that bad.
Right.
People were like, "Oh," people who are now supporting her. I'm glad, but they were like, "She's 39. Look how good she looks.
She looks phenomenal."
And she's like, "Hey, the people who judge me, I'm here. Boom, look at that. Judge me.
Yep.
Go ahead." I mean,
she looks great.
She looks great. Yeah.
She looks most
After I
importantly.
saw that picture, your image going away is kind of worrying me. I hope we don't have a Jeffrey Toobin situation here.
Oh no, it's so. Oh my God. But anyways, no. Look,
Chat's gotten awful silent. It's like their hands are occupied at the moment. Everyone start typing things.
Yeah, no. They're like, we don't know what to say. They talked about teeth eating vaginas and Britney.
No, I'm talking. They went to the Britney Spears picture. Paused. That's where everyone is.
But no. Most importantly, she looks happy. She looks happy. That's what's important. I hope she.
Well, check this out. Apparently, she has a team sweeping her mansion for bugs because there's word that the father bugged the house. Because remember, the father basically owned the house. Isn't that kind of crazy to do that?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Dude, this dude seems sick.
Look at Nick. Nick's like, let's stop talking about naked people. So Richardson Road is coming this Saturday.
That's right.
Yeah. Actually, we still have more naked people to talk about. Who watched Saturday Night Live this weekend? Who watched Saturday Night Live this weekend?
I did.
Okay, so I don't listen to country music that much. I really don't know much about Kacey Musgrave, but apparently she performed in the nude. Yes, folks, she is completely naked there, sans the boots.
Oh.
I
didn't know this.
So she performed nude. They worked with the, I don't know how, with the camera angles and SNL,
Right,
but she
to make sure everything was.
Whoever Sinead O'Connor, we have a new best singer. I don't listen to country. My sister listens to country. I only know like Florida Georgia Line. I like that one song, Fancy Walk by Fancy Like by Walker Hayes. Fancy Like ice cream.
I'm wondering. I know maybe it was an artistic thing. Maybe like a stripped down version of whatever song she's playing. She's doing to represent. There's a lot of reasons besides, I'm sure, just being naked, even though that's always fun in itself. I'm curious. I didn't see. I watched SNL, but I don't usually watch the music performances. Like I go back and I watch the clips of the skits and stuff.
So apparently, the people in the audience didn't know either. Apparently, because it was just done so well.
And look at the lighting. It's dark. It's purple. I mean, she's got the guitar strap almost kind of plays as like maybe a strap for a dress or something. So it works. They made it work.
I did not see yet. Oh yeah, she's naked. I just saw the article I pulled up to read. I'm trying to Boots by Celine, Birthday Suit by whatever. Okay. A large portion of the viewing audience, this is per Variety, didn't even notice as
Kacey Musgrave
was seated on a stool with a decent-sized acoustic guitar strapped across one shoulder and hate trap, but it hardly escaped everyone, and she didn't do she blah 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 blah. Her publicist confirmed that the intent had been when she stylist took to social media to post the inspiration for the song. Okay, it's not really much of an explanation for what she was doing with that, but hey, who's this? Michelle Branch? No, it's Kacey Musgraves. Because usually, for lack of a better word, country singers tend to be more. You mean to use the word politically, but conservative. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true.
I'm sure she had something covering. Oh dear, let's take that cut. Jack, so her cross legs cover the vaginal area. No shit. Beyonce Wilder's career ends this weekend.
I don't know. I think it's a boxing match. If I'm.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Beyonce. I'm like, who?
Beyonce about to get in the ring and whoop some ass.
Look at Nick. Nick's like, I don't want to hear any of this. I want to talk about Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. This is why we have Diving with Jack, so we can talk about the things that you guys won't. But this is the outfit she did wear at the beginning.
So we can talk about the vaginal area.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it. I actually don't. I usually watch SNL clips after they've gone viral. Like I don't watch SNL like I used to.
I do, man. I do. I grew up on SNL. I've always like.
I didn't also. I don't know, like Saturday night.
Growing up, like I was like I got into acting and stuff, and I actually got into improv and being in improv troops and doing improv shows and showcases and stuff. And so there's a long time that even I was like convinced I'm gonna try to audition for SNL or that I want to be on SNL. And so it definitely has its moments. It's not near as good as it used to, but Kate McKinnon, Pete Davidson.
I think it's never been as good as people remember, because a lot of times when people talk about SNL back in the day, they're really talking about like the best skits that everyone remembers.
SNL,
every good skit, there's like 20 that are utterly forgettable.
SNL was, I'll tell you, when there was a time SNL was great.
I'm just gonna leave this up here just so
when the time SNL was great, Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader, Fred Armisen, Seth Meyers, Pete Davidson's phenomenal. Oh, phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, he is. I just don't like him. I just think he's annoying. Now you talk about how Tom Holland has a punchable face. That's how I feel about Pete Davidson. I love him.
Yeah, he's definitely in that. He's a the stoner East Coast dude, but I enjoy him. I think he's funny too when you talk. But dude, Bill Hader, that
Will Ferrell era,
that era was great too. The Adam Sandler era was huge.
Yeah. But even those eras I'm talking about, like everyone remembers like the really popular ones. Everyone forgets that for every good episode, every good skit of SNL, there are like 10 others that were like forgettable.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think SNL has always been like that. I think their political stuff is always great. A bit one-sided, but I'm fine with that. Whatever. But whoever she is, I'm sure she's probably this girl's probably generated a lot of interest in her album. I know. I'm curious to hear her music now.
Yeah, I hope they did not, Benson. They did not.
No.
They in fact, some of the crew members took it home as a prize.
Yeah,
oh no, that's terrible.
This is always what I wanted Jive and Jack with me, just to push the content. The content comes. And Lord, what does it say? Ask and you shall receive. You know, I'm going to use this in the first couple of weeks. God's like, all right, let's give him some sleaze. He wants to sleep. He wants to be the Howard Stern of Pop Culture Corner. Yes. But you want to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy or R. Kelly?
I got options now. Fuck, let's go with R. Kelly, dude. We're on this time. We're gonna stick with R. Kelly.
All right, folks. This is Benson's here. Probably going to talk about R. Kelly. So, hey, Marlon, you missed
What
all
up, Marlon?
you
missed. You missed. We were talking about vaginal.
Yeah. All right. So, this is Azriel Clary. She says she's one of the accusers, and she did an interview with Gayle King, and she says, when I initially met him, I would meet him in whatever I wanted to wear, whether that be jeans, whether, be a blouse, whatever. And apparently, so that all changed, and Kelly began dictating what she could wear and much more. So check this out. So he started again to, okay, you can only wear sweats. You have to knock any and every single time you come out of this room. You need to delete every single person in your phone except for my 4 numbers. And then when those rules weren't followed, R. Kelly would get trigger warning, physically abused. He said on one occasion, the singer beat her with a sneaker until she admitted she had texted a friend about their relationship. She also told the court that she witnessed a singer slapping and dragging other women by the hair if they broke the rules he set out for them. Yikes.
Yeah.
In 2019, she referred to herself as R. Kelly's girlfriend, and she fiercely defended the R&B singer. But during her testimony at his trial, she said that her answers in that interview were not truthful, and now she considers the relationship to have been abusive. Kelly was found guilty, etc., etc. Okay. She says, quote, I had never come from an abusive household or anything like that, Clary told King last week. And to this day, I'm shocked that I would allow a man to put his hands on me because it's not something that I've grown up experiencing. She says, men were told to turn around anytime we walk through the hallways or anything. I could not look my dad in the eyes. I could not look my brothers in the eyes. Whew. This is some spooky stuff,
Yeah, man, it's not right. It's just sick. I mean, absolutely sick that.
Hey, Adam's back. Adam's left. He's like, all right, done with the nudity stuff. Let's talk about this stuff. But yeah, I mean, we already knew it was bad, but now that we know, this is his girlfriend, wow.
Yeah, and Ben Sam, you find it odd they all went to Glory Isle before reporting anything to police. Also, don't forget Prince used to have naked women all over his house, and nobody said anything. Yeah, I know. And
they never accused him of abuse, though. I'm not saying, whatever.
Right, and I mean, these were kids at certain points,
I mean, if I had the money, I would have them as background people during my show. I'd pay them for it. I wouldn't do what R. Kelly did. But my point is that, the rules, this kind of, goes with the whole, tying people up, not in a good way, but, tying people up and, abusing them. I mean, I'm surprised it kind of blows my mind how well protected these guys are that now we're learning it. It feels like she's all right, now that he's in jail or he's going to jail, I can come out and tell my story. But this is crazy. I mean, I will have to knock every time you leave a room. You can't. Men have to turn away when you're walking. I'm like, what?
Look, I'll say this: if he's
weird.
if he's anything like any of these women have described, I probably wouldn't have wanted to tell my full story either. God knows what this guy is capable of. If he was doing stuff like that, he is crazy and needs to be put away. So I don't know. It's all I don't know. It's just sad. That's where I probably think it's sad, and it's unfortunately it's so sad that these were young girls that this should have never ever they should never have been in any situation for any of these things, whether he took it too far or not or whatever. It's just sad to see that these young girls were put in this experience and had these experiences, and it's not right. It's very disheartening.
Saying read Sinead O'Connor's account of Prince beating her. I have not, but I did not even know about that story.
I don't know. No.
Again, I'm not defending Prince or anything. I'm just saying that like just having girls walk around naked in your mansion. I think every rapper does that, for better or worse. But like this, I mean, we talked about this like with artists who have these strange behaviors, but they're also talented. Going back to Kevin Spacey, like incredibly talented actor. Unfortunately, Brian's not Brian. Is it Brian Singer? X-Men 1 and 2.
Yep.
Writer and director. He did App Pupil. Obviously a talented filmmaker. Will you still play his music? I'll be honest with you. Outside of I Believe I Can Fly, I don't think I own much of
really like anything. Yeah. There's not much.
And I listen to that stuff. But
I think it's an interesting question when it comes to people like, I think for me, like Kevin Spacey. Will I still watch his movies or even his older movies and stuff? And stuff? Like, yes, I will. But it's weird because some of them now I will watch, and it's like knowing what it's like, oh, this is a little.
Have you ever seen House of Cards? How creepy he is.
Yes.
Like now, it's like, damn.
And it's kind of like my God, was he really probably doing that with some? It's just like.
I agree. Now, Marla, I agree with your points. Like, some parents share the blame, but that doesn't mean what R. Kelly did was right. Like, it's not like, oh, well, it's the parents' fault. Like, doing that, like, it's crazy. And he had a system protecting him,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Spacey's just a gay man who likes younger men. How young? There are,
Right. Well, yeah.
3,000 kids and his fans were.
Hey, I'll tell you what the biggest one, Spacey made moves on
Anthony Rapp.
Richard Dreyfuss's son when he was underage.
One thing I'm not going to say I defended, but the Anthony Rapp situation, he was underage, but he was at an adult's party, and I was like, okay, well, what was he doing at an adult's party? And maybe he might have maybe if he's 17 years old, he may look older, but the other stories that came out, and again, I'm not denying Kevin Spacey's not a great actor, but like,
Yeah, the stuff that he had a lot of things he did at the theater that he was running in London and things like that. It's bad. But Benson, you did mention, and I know because somebody just said it here, the Dave Chappelle just released a new special. And I got to watch it this morning. I watched it as soon as I woke up. And actually, I still have like 20 minutes left, but I watched the majority of it. Phenomenal stand-up as always from Dave.
His last special, like critics gave it like a rotten score, but audiences loved it. They didn't like that he picked on.
No. Critics are going to give this one a rotten score too. Look, we as Americans have some very serious conversations that we need to have as a country. As a whole, it's on Netflix, Justin. It's called Dave Chappelle Closer, the Closer, and it is going to be his final special for a while, he said. But we as a country, there's a lot of things we need to talk about, from racial divide to everything going on with the LGBTQ community to coronavirus, and he just addresses it in such a real way. Well, first of all, I'm a big fan. I know, like in today's society and culture, a lot of the stuff and what he says in that special is not politically correct, and I'm sure is going to get some criticism. I grew up like watching Eddie Murphy Raw and Chris Rock and Richard Pryor and some of these guys, and David's very.
disappeared from the stage also. Like,
yeah, and this special is very. Oh my gosh, this special almost reminded me of like a Richard Pryor special and some of the things that he said and stuff. But it was great in the best way. I say that. But he does like you thought he goes in on some of his other specials. No, he says it right now. He says in the beginning, like, this is the closer. This is gonna be my final of the Netflix specials. I'm going all in. And there's a joke about a priest in there that is something. And hi, Leonardo, good to see you. But look, it was I thought it was great. He attacks a lot of issues.
Special that dropped on Netflix. We gotta watch that.
Yeah.
I've been watching Dave Chappelle since 2000 when he did his first one, or his most popular one, where he talks about he's still here, Johnson. He talks about like sprinkling crack on yourself. He said every time a police kills a black guy, they find crowds like, what black people like get shot, like oh, and they sprinkle crack on him. And he talks about his house getting robbed, and he's like, oh, Johnson, he's still here, and he like knocks him out. I've seen this before. This guy robbed the place and put pictures of himself and his family around. Now let's sprinkle some crack and let's get on.
No, I think he addresses everything in a very raw and great way, as always. And as always, too, I always think it's funny when people go after him and stuff, because look, at the end of the day, you can tell this guy has the best intentions and all that, and I think that I think it's one of his best specials. I really liked it. I highly recommend it.
We were looking at pictures of Britney Spears earlier. I think you missed the party.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no. So those are my thoughts on it.
The conversations we're having about comedy now is what they were having in the 70s with George Carlin, with them going to the Supreme Court and saying, "Oh, he can't do these bits where he says like 7 words you can't say on television." And like I thought we were past this, especially when it comes to comedy. And I gotta say, sort of like, I hate to say it, but like the safe space crowd is kind of trying to ring, Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock. You playing colleges used to be a huge thing. Now these guys, they don't go to colleges anymore because they know that if you go there, you're gonna upset. You're gonna start getting like, protesters and stuff like that. And I just think it's been kind of safe. With the only comedians, Dave Chappelle. I really want to see what Eddie Murphy has lined up. He hasn't done stand-up since before I was born. Think about that. Yeah. And I guess Bill Burr, they're the only ones that I actively watch. Who's that one guy you had on? Bo Burnham?
Bo Burnham. Love him. Yeah.
But he's different. He's a different type of comedian.
Right. Very different. Very different.
Like it's very much, I don't know. The only time I see comedy push envelopes is when I watch these Comedy Central roasts. Like that's where like you're like, oh my god.
Well, yeah, and Chappelle does it, and I mean, yeah. I highly recommend it. I think it's a great special.
I'm gonna watch it. Maybe when I get back tonight from Quizzo, I'll put it on. Let's move on. Yeah. So yesterday for 6 hours, Facebook crashed. Were you on Facebook did you realize any of this?
Yeah, I think I opened Facebook and it was like not reloading or whatever, and I just was like, all right, it's like didn't really affect me. But I can tell you, soccer moms across the country, Jack, were freaking the flip out.
Well, I was freaking out because I got a market bingo and Quizzo. I'm like, you know what I mean, like Facebook.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They know, like, okay, oh, tonight's quiz. Okay, you have to keep doing that. I'm like, I thought it was me. So I deleted Facebook and Messenger, reloaded them. I thought it was my problem. And after that didn't work out, and then I reinstalled them, and I'm like, all right, what the hell's going on? Then I saw it online and it said Facebook crashed, WhatsApp crashed. And WhatsApp is important for our business, too, because we do a lot of international stuff, like calls and stuff. You do not want to be making those calls on a regular phone plan. Right. Those are, that's a lot. So WhatsApp makes it free. So all of a sudden, yesterday we're like, no business today, no phone calls today, no text today. But Messenger was really just acting up the whole time,
Yeah.
But yeah.
I didn't. I mean, probably if I was gonna really be affected by it, it would be maybe. I
haven't seen
Instagram. Yeah, I haven't seen Cat Williams in a while, but he's talking
about the Illuminati and stuff. I think he's like, the Illuminati is trying to stop me, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard.
I'm talking about the Tupac kind of Illuminati. He says there's a real Illuminati, the Lolly Low. But anyway, Yeah, I mean, it was weird. I usually go. Oh, sorry. Go to Facebook, check up what's happening in pop culture, like people writing. Really, memes and shit posting is what I like. I follow a lot of posting and just see the arguments that ensue. I don't get political on Facebook at all. I don't. No opinions on Facebook politically for me, just because you could say anything like, "Oh,
and it gets misconstrued.
What do you know about this? Do you know that there's so much carbon dioxide?"
Are you a scientist? Get out of here!
Like I don't do anything political. I just use it for bingo, quizzo, and sharing memes. That's all I do. But I still use Facebook and I use Messenger to stay in touch with friends. I think it's less weird to text people you haven't talked to on Messenger than it is to actually text them.
I agree.
Yeah. Like Des, I had Des a while. I'm like Des before recently. And I was like Des, like Messenger on Facebook Messenger. It's like Des, I need your help. We got CM Punk is back. You want to do a show with me? The Lolly Lule Low. That's basically what the Illuminati. It's a coat in the Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, okay.
They're called the Patriots, but like it's against the law, or something where you can't actually call them, so they call them the Lolly Lule Low. He's a left-wing knee bender. Oh, so like Austin. I'm just kidding.
Yep. Get vaccinated, people.
Me you're not left-wing. I don't buy it.
I'll tell you what. I have a friend of mine on Facebook that keeps messaging me every single freaking day, anti-vax stuff, and the vaccine. Did you know that we're now property of the U.S. government because we've taken the vaccine?
That's just different than other people who are just like, the NBA saying they don't want to take them because they're young and healthy. I'm like, whatever.
No, this guy, my friend of mine, as much as I love him,
but he's
looking for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, it's weird. You know what? It's funny. You actually predicted something. Just to touch on the vaccine a little bit. I had said, remember a couple of weeks ago, I think Trump should actually just promote the vaccine. Like the Biden administration said, hey, look, it was his accomplishment. Get the vaccine. And then he actually got booed at a rally where he said, yeah, you all should get vaccinated. I got vaccinated. And a couple of people started booing. It's like, it's all right. It's all right. I'm like, damn, because you were like, don't probably just say that, they'll boo him. But
yeah, that's right.
Where the hell were you? We went through all of this.
Where were you, man? We lost. We didn't say, no, I'm kidding. We
did a lot today.
Yes, I did see the Game of Thrones teaser.
Episode of Jiving with Jack. We're going to get hit. Someone's going to say something.
Gavin, you missed it. I was naked earlier completely. We did a whole full frontal.
You missed a lot today, yeah. I'm going to touch on one more thing. We got to wrap it up because I know you got to go and I got to go. Just because we only have one last thing to talk about, and let's end it on a positive note. So this is coming Christmas 2022, the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. I'm kind of excited about that. But someone tweeted at James Gunn, will we be seeing any new characters? And he wrote, in my incredibly subjective and admittedly often odd opinion, we'll be introducing one of the greatest MCU characters of all time. # Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. So my first thought was Adam Warlock, just because he was teased at the end of the second film.
Yes.
Would you have any theories on who this?
I don't know if they would reveal him in the special.
To be the greatest,
I don't know if they would reveal him in the special. I'm going to be real honest. My first thought was Santa. It's Santa. We're going to see an MCU version of Santa and the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to cross.
Is there an MCU version of Santa Claus?
I'm sure there is, and I'll take it. And I hope it's Mel Gibson's Fat Man, because that's the one I want it to be.
Yeah, Gavin, we actually do go scroll back and
look, he got the eyes. He's like, oh wait, you said naked? And what time stamp was that again? No,
Britney Spears and but yeah, this episode.
No, he's talking about he wants to see me naked, so that's why he's
Santa's actually mutant in the Marvel comics. Really? Is it actually like Nicholas?
Let's go. Stop it. Santa's one of the most powerful mutants in Marvel Comics. Take my money. Let's go.
Is it actually supposed to be like Saint Nicholas, the actual person?
I think so, man. Yeah, man. Get me. All right, now who do you want to play Santa? Who do you want James Gunn to cast as Santa?
Santa and Marvel.
Oh my gosh. I think it's too. I think the special I think is too small, Gavin, for them to do Nova. I think we'll see that in the movie. I mean, I guess they could because they're introducing Miss Marvel on TV. They're introducing like all these big.
Oh yeah.
Dude, let's go, James Gunn. You saw it here on the Pop Culture Corner, Jivin with Jack. Please cast Tim Allen. Bring him back. He is my Santa Claus.
Actually, you said Mel Gibson earlier. Mel Gibson kind of would look like Santa. I mean, he's got the big bushy beard now.
He already played Santa. Did you not see the movie?
Oh, did he? Oh,
Fat Man.
No, I didn't see that. I haven't seen anything with Mel Gibson in a long time. He's doing a sequel to The Passion of the Christ.
Yes.
I'm kind of curious to be what that's going to be. Apparently, it's going to be about the 3 days between the death and resurrection, and he wants to know what was going on in those 3 days. I'm like, ooh, that could be kind of cool.
I'm curious. I mean, look, the guy made the greatest Christian movie of all time.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen The Chosen at all? Hey, let's just get into this. Have you seen The Chosen at all?
I've heard of it, and I've heard it's very, very good. I just haven't. I actually don't know where it is.
So here's the thing: you have to have a Roku stick or something. You have to go to the Chosen app and then cast it from your phone. It's weird because
I'll just watch it.
It's free. I just got the Chosen app, and I think find the Chosen app on your TV or something, or if you have Chromecast, and just cast it. Excellent show. Whoever this guy who plays Jesus is, like, he is now the new Jesus. Like, if Jim Caviezel was like Jesus for a long time, this dude is the new Jesus. First of all, he's actually Middle Eastern and American.
Right,
so
I hear a lot of
and half white, so he looks like he's from the Levant. He's got the brown skin. He's got an accent. Now, his actual accent is American. He's got an accent, and it's really interesting how they tell the story. It stretches
I've heard great things.
The whole thing.
I've heard great things, and I know some people involved actually, and I've heard nothing but from people who are religious or not. I've heard it's a very well done show and series. Did you ever watch? I really enjoyed the Bible when they did that. I think on.
No, I did not see that one. Is that the one where conservatives or liberals got mad because they thought that Satan looked a little bit like Barack Obama? Was that the one? Yeah. I didn't see that. That was the first one where they actually put diversity into it. Like it looked like Samson was
good, man. There was.
I saw.
They did, and they do, play with certain things a little bit. I think you have to. They fill in. There's a great sequence that they do that they kind of made is when Lot is leaving Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah is about to be destroyed by fire and brimstone, and they're on their way out. And biblically they were. The story is they were guided out of the town before its destruction by angels. By two men who were described as angels that led them out. So in the show, there's a big revolt, right? And fire's already starting to rain down type thing. This whole city is just gone into madness, and they're trying to leave. And as they're trying to leave, like a group of people from the town start revolting. Go, oh, that's Lot. Why are you leaving? Blah blah. And they start to try to attack him. And the two angels step in.
And
then, dude,
I saw that. It was one of them was black, right? He had a sword.
Yep, and one of the most badass Bible scenes I've ever seen in my life. Oh, yeah. These guys take on the town and are like, all right, get out of here. It's so freaking cool. So yeah, I appreciate when they do those types of things.
So they do that with the Chosen. So like one of the disciples is Simon the Zealot.
Right.
Who's not really talking about. All he's a zealot. Who are zealots? They were sort of like a militarized faction of Jewish people who were fighting the Romans hand to hand. Like they would set up guerrilla warfare. So that's all we know. So what do? They build a whole episode about recruiting him. Like here's a dude who's with a sword. He knows martial arts. He knows how to fight. And then something happens where he witnesses a miracle and he tries to find Jesus. And at the same time, the Romans are hunting this dude down, right? Like, dude, we think this guy's a zealot. So there's like a Roman kind of like, I guess you could say investigator, like following Simon. And then through Simon meets Jesus. And all of a sudden, like, wait, why is this dude different now? This guy was one second he was fighting and killing people, and now he's with Jesus, and obviously he's a changed person. Who's this Jesus guy? And so what they do is they show that the Romans are very interested in who this guy is. And so there's one scene, obviously doesn't have in the Bible, where Jesus is brought in for questioning. Not the end, but like during his ministry, right? Like right before, and so the Roman curator is like, who are you? Are going to start trouble? And, like he's trying to figure out who this guy is. The idea is like these are things that could have been happening around the time. They give a backstory to Mary Magdalene, which is done really well. Again, it's not in the Bible. We just know that she was called an adulterer. Also, they're like, all right, let's get into that. Obviously, it's a very PG show. They don't show anything, but excellent show. So,
yeah, no, I agree. It's a great show. Definitely check it out.
Yeah.
But are you a youth pastor? I used to be a youth pastor. So.
Yeah. And I sing in church. I'm a cantor. So here we go.
All
right. Yeah. What a great episode. We went from Britney to Jesus.
There you go. We brought it back, ladies and gentlemen.
Brought it back, folks. So there we go. It's still a blessing upon all of you. So, so I know you got to go. I got to go. I actually really love today's episode. Not just because
great talk.
Good to have you back. It's been 2 weeks almost,
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Like I said last week, I got sick for a couple of days, and then I just kind of decided after that too. I realized I've been streaming like so much. I like do a show here, and then I would go on somebody else's channel, and I just kind of keep hopping. So I was just like, I need a break, and but it's like we talked about, man. Lots of exciting stuff is happening. I do want to give a couple, just a quick couple little housekeeping stuff. I want to shout out RJ, Resident Justice. I don't know if he was able to tune in today, but he just hit 1,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. So congratulations, man. You're the best. You've been one of the coolest to me and to everybody here, and love getting to talk with you, man. And I'll be on he's going to have a celebration stream later tonight. Nice. So I'm going to be there celebrating with him, and make sure and go check out RJ Resident Justice YouTube channel. Also got like I said, a lot of things in the works here at Pop Culture Corner. Big congratulations to Saggy Melons and Metaverse, who are going to be joining the team. Saggy Melons helping out the Saturday podcast, and then Metaverse helping out during the week and stuff. So it's going to be great to see them on here as I kind of take a step back and prepare for my channel and stuff. But yeah, other than that, I'm
excited for that, man.
That's it, man. Yeah, it's exciting. I'll put it in the chat just real quick. But you can go check out my channel now. It is live. There's nothing there. There's not going to be anything there for 2 weeks because
all episodes of Jive with Jack.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. As you guys know, look, starting a channel is like no easy thing. It's it's a lot. There's so much that goes into it, but if you guys are interested, you guys could go check it out and subscribe. October 3rd is our launch. I'll be here until then, and then afterwards, of course, I'll be here Jivin with Jack and on panels, and we're gonna keep it.
You're not gone. Like
I'm not gone. No. I'm just.
You're not just gone. Like gone.
No. I am stepping down as a full-time team member.
Yes,
that's what I am. But I'm still a friend of the channel. I'm still around. I'm still
all right. Yeah. Austin, I know you got to go, but stick around. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a great couple of weeks since I feel like I took a month off, but like just 2 weeks, come back. It kind of like rejuvenated me a little bit. Remember, folks, make sure to like, hit, share, and subscribe. Just sharing the show on Twitter helps us so much. Tag your friends, tag your relatives, tell them to watch this show. And yeah, become a member for as low as $2.99.
Bribe people if you have to. Bribe people to watch the show. Okay, look, it's not that hard. Yeah. Well, we're cheap here. We'll do whatever you want. No.
You traitor, I want to love you. He's talking to you.
Oh, I think I have a as you call a fan.
A groupie? Oh, a group.
Or that whatever.
Or Swim Fan. You ever seen that movie? Swim Fan where she stalks him.
No.
Watch the movie Swim Fan. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Remember, we do it for you, and we do it for the culture.